What's going on, everybody? So tonight, guys, I want to talk about Tilray. They got some big news, and I also want to tell you about the psychology of this trade and kind of how things evolved for me this morning, some of the ideas I had, and I also want to talk about how I talked myself out of a couple losing trades early this morning. And so there's actually a really big lesson to learn in this video. So my objective here on YouTube, guys, is to help people learn more about the stock market. I want to be able to enrich you, and you all also enrich me with your knowledge. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, guys, so you don't miss any future content. And I appreciate all the support we get here, guys, so please drop a like on this video. So pretty much every trading day starts off about the same with me. You know, I'm usually well studied going into the night. I pretty much know the stocks that I'm going to be adding to positions on. I know the stocks that I'm going to be collecting dividends on. If I'm going to be shorting anything, if I'm going to be buying put options, I pretty much have all that queued up in my mind before I ever wake up. And then I make slight adjustments in my game plan depending on market conditions. But for the most part, I would say 90% of my strategy is mapped out the night before, okay? Now sometimes, and not always, but sometimes, if I have a little extra money or I have a little extra margin, I will start thinking about some day trading ideas. Or maybe I just kind of want to leave the window open. Like I said, I have a little extra cash sitting there, have some extra margin. I will start thinking about potential day trades that I will be making. So what did I do this morning? I got on social media. I got on a couple of Facebook chat groups that I subscribe to, and I noticed something. I noticed a trend. I seen a lot of people were talking about shorting Tilray on the recent price movement they've had. So I started considering this idea. Of course, it was still in the pre-market hours, and Tilray was traded up into the I would say $90, $91 range. If I can get my short order in around $92 or $93, I'm just going to try to short Tilray back down to 88 bucks, something like that. So I logged into my Webull account. Of course, there was no shares of Tilray available to short. And then I got on my TD Ameritrade account and I found shares of Tilray that I could go short on today. Now, one of the reasons I put with that, guys, is because that I noticed the markets were opening in a slight decline and Tilray was running up, okay? So I was putting my order in for a short sale. I was typing it all out, about to hit submit, and it dawned on me that I was not going to be home at my computer when the market opened. So I went back to some of my trading wisdom and some of my trading discipline, and I decided to cancel the order out, because you never know what you're really going to get right there at market open, where everything's just kind of wildly running all over the place. And little did I know that this news article had already hit. I just did not have access to this information yet. I simply did not see this news article until a little while later. So Tilray surged after Privateer Holdings vowed to hold stake until at least H2 2019. So Privateer Holdings, guys, they came out and said they will not be selling any shares of Tilray on the lockup expiration date, okay? Of course, the lockup expiration date on Tilray is January 15th, and Privateer Holdings owns an estimated 76% of Tilray's shares. So basically, just to break this down and make it simple, if on the lockup expiration day, Privateer was to sell, let's say, all of their stock, this could kill the stock very, very fast. Or even if they sold half of it or a quarter of it, like I said, you could see a huge drop in stock price for Tilray. But all they did, guys, they came out and said that they will be holding shares of Tilray into the second half of the year and perhaps longer. So they went on to just mention that we do not have plans to register, sell, or distribute the shares Privateer holds in Tilray during the first half of 2019, and that when we decide to distribute shares, we will do so in an orderly and deliberate manner to maximize tax efficiency for Privateer investors, while also taking into consideration potential impacts on Tilray's public float. And we will do it in a way that reflects our long-term confidence in Tilray's business model and management team. So basically, guys, all they're really saying, they don't want to crash the stock out. They feel like there is more upside to Tilray, and they are a long-term believer in the company. So I don't want to paint an unrealistic picture. I don't want to be one of these guys on YouTube that promises you 100 and 200 and 300% returns, because guess what, guys? I take losses too. And if I would have executed this trade today, I would have had to cover in a loss. My historical background with Tilray, I have never taken a loss on a short sale or put options, but I know if my order would have filled, I would have had to take a loss today, because I don't hold margin overnight. I don't hold margin over the weekend. I don't hold it over the course of a week. My short sale strategy is get in and get right out, okay? Take the money and run, even if there's so much more perceived money on the other side of it. Like I said, I don't mind buying stocks and going long. I don't mind buying call options and going long. 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, however long, forever. But I do not hold margin long, okay? And I just got lucky because I had to be at my kid's school today, and I did not trust what would or would not happen right there at market open. I don't feel like I would have had enough control of that, from my iPhone. So I actually talked myself out of this trade, and I'm very glad I did. And so the whole moral of this video, guys, is of course I had other trades. I had other limit orders set, and some of them filled. I got a lot of dividend payments today. I think I got 4 different dividend payments. So like I said, my bread and butter trading went pretty smooth today. But the fact that I did not make this trade and I did not take this loss, and that balance just remained untouched all day, that's the moral of the story here. Because this is the one-day chart on Tilray, guys, and as you can see, there's not a lot of opportunities to cover on a short sale today. And also, guys, nothing really changed with the stock. Again, this is just news. It's artificial. The stock run 19% during trading hours, then also lost 1% in after hours, but this is completely artificial, okay? This is a lot of immediate buy-in, like I said, just because Privateer has come out and said that they're not going to be selling their shares on the lockup expiration. That's all it is. No fundamental change to the stock. It's kind of just a nod of confidence, from this investing firm. So I just kind of wanted to share that story today, guys. Like I said, some days you're going to knock it out of the park. Your stocks are going to take off and fly. Other days, you're going to take losses. We all do. Every trader is going to take losses. Don't let anybody on YouTube or wherever tell you they don't take losses. But sometimes you do have to sit back at the end of the day and go, you know what? I didn't make that trade and I didn't take a loss, and it was truly a good day. Have appreciation for those wise moments where your wisdom and your experience kick in. I made a judgment call, and I was very happy taking home exactly $0 on that trade, because taking home $0 is a whole lot better than taking home negative $500. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And please drop a like, and thank you for watching.